Next is from Under Dawson, and the subject is Mustafa Ali is an attention seeker. What's up, Conan and Disco and Nick? I'm gonna replace. I'm gonna say what's up, Nick and Disco. I'm pretty sure you guys have become aware of the woke Mustafa Ali, who's
Holy
publicly announced that he wants to quit WWE.
My seat is like getting warm. This is
an email. Okay, maybe I'm just being an because I was never a fan of the guy.
Yeah, maybe you are, but maybe you are. But I mean, don't be stupid and say a woke. Like what? Like why would you even say that? Like if you want to comment on.
Well, let's finish the thing. We always comment on these things after we finish the email, okay? Because we get a lot of we have an open policy here. But sometimes this stuff doesn't make the air. Maybe I'm just being an because I was never a fan of the guy, but this comes across as nothing but attention seeking. Number one, why do you have to go public with it? That seems a little unprofessional. Number two, why is he acting like WWE didn't want to use him? He was the original choice for a WWE title run before he hurt himself, and Kofi Kingston got the run instead. Number three, it's 2022. I don't know. It's 2022 now. Exactly what positive message is he talking about? We hate attention-seeking wrestlers. Conan and Disco, what do you think about what Ali did? Was he right, or is this yet another case of a wrestler being a mark for himself? I'm going to answer this first. I was not a fan of this. And I tweeted like I think this like this. I did think this was attention seeking because it was a produced video stuff. I'm like saying, bro, if the guy wants to do this, if he wants to quit and he has a bigger message, I think that's fine. But to me, in this business and on social media, it just seems every time you want to like draw attention to yourself for a social justice message, you're not going to have any problem finding fans on the web. No, and it's like that's so it's like whatever. I just was not a fan of him going public like this.
Wait a minute, I disagree with that.
Go ahead.
First of all, I don't know why this guy is harping on the fact that he's. I don't see how that's relevant.
Like, I think that's the message that Ali wants to go after. That maybe he's like a part of my Muslim hate is I don't know. I don't know what the guys.
Did you see any of the articles on it? What happened was they said in October, November he went to Vince about doing something different with his gimmick, and whatever Vince's response was that he wanted him to do is what made Ali say F this. I don't want to be here anymore. Now that lends itself to
that was in November,
October, November. It said.
Okay.
That does lend itself to maybe Vince proposing something controversial that Mustafa didn't want to be part of.
Does it though, or does it lend itself to that he pitched something that he just thought was,
or it could have been stupid? Yeah, you're right.
Not very good.
Well, this could be a work. This could be a work too, and a decent way to work things like this is the way he did it.
And whoever sent this in, let me just a piece of friendly advice. Like if you're going to criticize someone's actions, but then use as context stuff that you've clearly read from a dirt sheet. Like you're already like on an uphill battle because you don't know that you're using stuff that you don't know is verified to be true as your evidence to then weigh in on this other thing. I saw that. I don't have the full amount of context necessary to comment on all of the stuff behind it and everything, but. In terms of him publicly saying he wants his release, I understand that because they've released like 100 guys. So if he wants out, right, it's definitely better for his perception and his value for it to be known that he wants out rather than people think, oh, another one that they just got rid of because they don't think he's any good.
Yeah.
Like I'll be contrarian. I'll disagree with you. I mean, here's why. Do you think that raises a red flag for future people hiring him? It's like, hey, this guy. No. Well, listen. That this guy, if we have an issue, he's going to take it to social media instead of working it behind the scenes.
He didn't take it to social media, Glenn. He just said that he wants it to be known that he would like to leave. By the way,
that's the whole thing that was on social media.
I'm just saying.
Why is it not like you? I mean,
because
I wouldn't do it like
trying to control public perception.
Because if he is asking for his release privately over and over again and they finally give it to him, they don't say, Mustafa Ali asked for his release and we gave it to him. They'll just say he's released. So everyone, they fired him, he's gone. It's like, no, he wants out. It's the same as like who broke up with who,
right.
Yeah. It's perception, it's marketing. And again, we don't have to like it. But it is part of the game now. And by the way, this isn't exclusive to wrestling. pro athletes do this too. Like they've made it known they want out. They don't want to play for such and such anymore.
Yeah, what are the veterans? What are the veterans' reactions when they do that usually?
Who? Like who?
Like the talking heads, the guys like Jeff Saturday, like the guys in the NFL, for example, the guys that do the shows, former players and stuff, everything. Like what their reactions usually, they see the way these athletes are using social media for their benefit. That's fine. It's just I say it's cool.
It's very easy for people who enjoyed a career without the of social media following them around in every single thing they did in every facet of their existence and their career to weigh in on this but they don't have a point of reference because social media wasn't there when they were playing in the NFL and it wasn't there when you were actively in the ring as a wrestler.
How many followers do you think I would have had if social
stories? Listen, you didn't.
I would have had 10 million followers. I got screwed.
Circulating around about you like, oh, he's got heat for this and he's got heat for that, and half of them are completely untrue. Because someone who just doesn't like you just decided to because all they have to do, because every journalist in this business single sources their stories. So someone tells them something and they go with it. So it's been that way for forever. So someone has an axe to grind against someone, like, oh, he's got heat. Like, oh, it's apparently he's got heat. And next thing you know, anything that you do is now got this asterisk next to it because it's like, oh, I heard he's got heat. And next thing you know, he's a troublemaker. Oh, he's got a bit of a reputation, right? Like, how many times has someone's name come up, and without even knowing exactly what it is, you've gone, yeah, I've heard he's got a bit of a reputation. He's kind of got a bit of a reputation for being a bit of a heat seeker, right? Does he or she, or is that just what was single source spread and was not, answered or verified or contradicted in any way? Because they decided, I'm not going to rise to that. And now that's just become the norm. That's become their reputation. So if he gets his release, at least now they know that he wanted it. And he's not just another person that got, that got thrown out with the bathwater. I understand it. I can't weigh in on the other stuff because I didn't see it and it's not my place. But as far as if they're not giving it to him, but he wants it, yeah, he's a 1099. He can do whatever the he wants.
All right.
Yo, what up? This is Conan, and I host Keeping It 100, my co-host, Disco Inferno, unfortunately.
Well, I'd say you're my co-host.
Listen, every Thursday here on Spreaker, we talk pro wrestling, sports, movies, music, TV, pop culture, and some politics. It's everything the rest of the pro wrestling podcasts are not.
Tune in to hear myself, the superior one, educate and inform.
Tune in to hear me bury Disco.
That's very disrespectful.
Join us every Thursday on Spreaker and keep it 100. Boom!